Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. My name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a mini read. This is going to be a mini love reading for those of you who are connecting in with this channel. If you would like me to channel a specific message for you and your situation, be sure to like this video and also double check that you are subscribed. Specifically, by subscribing to this channel, you are tuning in your energy to this space, regardless of where you are watching or even when you are watching this reading. I'm actually able to pick up more easily on your energy because energy doesn't recognize time or distance. So by subscribing, I can channel more specifically for you both now and in the future. So I'm shuffling the Energy Oracle Cards deck here to get us started. And I feel that right away I'm picking up on a divine feminine who is being tempted to lower her standards at times, or to go back in some sense to something that was making her small or keeping her small. With cornucopia in the upright position, the 11 card, I see this divine feminine becoming very radiant. And yet there's this feeling of still looking back, still at times feeling attached to something in the past that was hurting her emotionally or causing her pain in some sense. There's this feeling of restriction, of being held back, but almost feeling, this is such a complex emotion from this divine feminine. It's the feeling of almost feeling nostalgic about a time or place where you allowed yourself to be held back or to be constricted in some way because it allowed you to remain in something that was very, at the time, warm or familiar to you, whether this was a relationship, an environment, a job. It's like there's something about this thing that was warm and familiar and in many ways a very beautiful thing. But at the same time, it was holding you back. It was causing you pain. It was constricting you. And that's why this divine feminine is feeling so conflicted about letting this go, although I feel she's already let it go. She's already moved beyond this place or this person or this situation. It's already been, in some cases, divinely extracted from her life. With a woman holding a coin in the upright position, I feel that for some, there could be some kind of karmic situation involved for a divine masculine here. So, for example, there could be a divine feminine who had these restrictions coming up in connection with her masculine, the way in which they were interacting or together with one another. It's like, I get this energy from her, like I know it was holding me back or keeping me small, but I lowered my standards in the past for whatever this was, for behavior, for treatments, for a job or environment. Again, it could be anything. I did this in the past because I was afraid of letting you go. That's what I hear her saying, whether, again, she's referring to a thing or a person. I do feel that if this does involve a divine masculine, the masculine in this case could have been tied in with some form of karmic cycle, person, or situation, but mainly there was this underappreciation of the divine feminine in the past, with appreciation reverse. It's like not seeing her true value, but the reason for this is because twin flames are perfect mirrors. So this masculine wasn't fully acknowledging or really conscious of the value of the divine feminine in the past, because this divine feminine was devaluing herself in this past situation. She wasn't fully conscious of her own worth. She was, again, lowering her standards in some sense. And so her twin flame was reflecting this back to her. And it was leading to this kind of back and forth dynamic of this divine feminine desperately kind of seeking out approval or acceptance or validation from the masculine, and the masculine constantly, it's like turning his attention or focus away from her, or focusing on some kind of karmic situation, or maintaining some form of interference that was keeping them stuck or keeping them in this perpetual back and forth kind of triggering cycle in the physical world. But again, I'm speaking to a past energy here, because what I'm getting now is a divine feminine who's already raised her standards, who's already shifting, or who really has shifted out of this situation. She is no longer willing to return to whatever it was in the past that was keeping her devalued or keeping her small. But at times she still misses this thing. It's like there's still this strange sense of longing for this person or this connection or this I'm hearing like this smaller way of living or being or existing, even though it was constricting her, even though it's no longer aligning with her, and even though she knows she can't go back to it, there is still that feeling of grief, that feeling of nostalgia here. I heard shifting into something different. I feel this is a message from Spirit or from the divine here. Something about this situation is in flux. It is shifting into something different. What is this situation shifting into? It's shaking you to your core to actually build a brand new foundation that is more solid within you or within this connection or within your life. You can take this however it resonates, but there's this irony here of something causing this major earthquake, this major upheaval and change that I feel was nothing short of terrifying for you in your life, that you might still be going through, but for the purpose of this divine realignment, of actually creating this stronger foundation. I heard you can survive this. You are stronger than whatever you are going through, whatever you are. I'm hearing mainly you're too strong to go back to that thing that you miss, that you feel nostalgia for, but that was holding you back. And the thing is, you already know this, divine feminine, whoever this message is for, you already know that you've come too far, that this thing is no longer in alignment for you. What you're going through now is a process of grieving something that is in your past. But really what you're grieving, the higher overarching message here, the grief is coming from your ego because it's trying to hold on to the familiar, but your soul is pulling you in a different direction. Your soul is guiding you to see the overarching vision here and to realize you aren't losing something. You are allowing something to transform itself, to metamorphosize itself. Whether, again, this is something in your personal life, your work life, or in your relationships. Caring connections in the reverse. I just keep hearing this message of loosen your grip of any person or thing in your life that didn't give you the treatment that you deserved. Hold your higher standards for treatment, for love, especially when it comes to your close, intimate relationships, whether these are your close friendships or your romantic relationships. Strategy in the upright position. I'm going to read a little bit from the guidebook for this card also. Making a plan. write about the direction you want to go in. And really what I'm getting from that, I heard scripting. So some of you may be guided to use the technique of scripting your dream life. So writing out your life as you want it to be. But alternatively, this could speak to the fact that you're really being guided to turn your attention away from the past, away from what you are moving out of, and to turn your attention to what you are desiring to become, to create, to attract, to really shift that focus from these so-called negatives, what you feel or perceive that you are losing or have lost, whether it's relationships, parts of yourself, phases of life, and to really focus all of your beautiful energy and intention and attention on what you are wanting to become, what you want your life to be and to look like. Because really what I'm hearing for whoever this is connecting with, you are more powerful than you realize. And at times you have forgotten your own power to truly build your life to order, to truly create your life the way you want it to be. And you're really being guided to reconnect with your own inner power here, to realize, yes, you may be letting go, outgrowing, releasing many things in your life right now, whether it's people, relationships, things, but there is so much more available to you in the future than what you have left behind in the past. I'm also hearing that for some of you, what you could be grieving, if it's a relationship or some part of your life or yourself in the past, I feel that really there's someone here being guided to know there's a situation you are grieving that it's the equivalent is grieving the caterpillar when it's in the chrysalis, the cocoon, because you think that it has died, but really it's becoming a butterfly. It's transforming. So there's something here about someone grieving something that appears to be lost, but it's actually in the process of transformation. And I specifically feel that many will apply to this, specifically in connection with a twin flame relationship in the physical with their masculine. It's like you're grieving what you believe to be the past of this relationship or connection because there's a part of you feeling that it's over, feeling that it's ended. But what your soul is trying to guide you into realizing is this is actually in the process of transformation. And yes, the future will look entirely different with this person or this connection. But the difference will be between the caterpillar and the butterfly. It's going to be a much more free, abundant, beautiful, loving, safe, aligned connection with this person that will manifest in the future. Or again, it might not be a person for you. This could be yourself. It could be something in your personal life. But the key is here that I'm tapping into someone who is grieving a situation in their past that is actually not over or ended as their fears are leading them to believe, but that is actually in the process of a beautiful transformation. So I know this message was shorter, but I really hope it reached whoever needed to hear it. If you are connecting with this specifically as a twin flame, I do really feel guided to remind you that the key here is surrender. It is surrendering to divine timing and really to the divine within yourself, allowing this situation to undergo this beautiful process of transformation that I feel happening for you. It is a metamorphosis. So to assist you with this surrendering process, I have created a twin flame surrender subliminal meditation. Now, this is extremely powerful for shifting you from that state of what we call chaos consciousness into that deep state of surrender. And why this is so powerful is because when we fully step into that surrender state, that frequency of surrender as twin flames, this actually creates an energetic union between ourselves and our twin that then begins to manifest effortlessly, naturally in the physical world as well. But it all has to start within energetically. And this subliminal is a really great sound therapy tool for assisting you with that process. So the link to this subliminal is in the pinned comment and description box under this video. It comes from my website, soundandsoulful.com. So as you can see on the screen, on this website, I've created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So I have subliminals for physical appearance changes, for mood shifts, for mind power, for material manifestations, for love and relationships, and so much more. So again, all the information on that is linked under this video. Otherwise, I hope you have a truly beautiful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.